What is up, Soma Community Church? I am so glad to be back with you. What's up? This is Pastor John. I am doing another front porch session, but this one is a COVID-19 update. Like we need any more of those. I mean, we've had enough COVID-19 stuff already, but I wanted to do an update for you and our church and kind of let you know what's going on. I figured I'd do it from this semi-nice day in the middle of November. I don't know what our world is doing right now, but I want to hit you up, let you know what's going on, and kind of let you know how we're moving forward. So I got good news, I got great news, and I got some bad news. So I always have to start with the bad news first. Bad news is this. COVID-19 is nowhere near going away anytime soon. I wish it would. I wish it'd be gone, but it's not. And that's just kind of the reality of what everything's going on right now. Actually, here in Missouri, our cases are surging. And it's hard to kind of process that, but our local hospitals are starting to deny elective procedures. But that is not actually denying our city from blowing all the leaves off their property. So, it's a lot of stuff that's going on right now, and we want to acknowledge and love our neighbors well. And listen, this whole thing is not about you or me, but it's really about those around us and how we can reflect Christ to them. And so the good news is this. Guys, we're going to be getting back together. We have been working for weeks as elders and as friends and finding ways to get ourselves together, to begin to figure out what it means to gather again together. And so there's a couple things we want to do, and I actually took some notes here. So I want to read these notes to you so you kind of know what's going on with us as we get back together, which is the great thing and kind of the parameters on how we do what we do. So as you well know, our elders of our church are charged with stewardship before our church and also before God. And that's very important to us, that we as a whole are good stewards of you, of your health, and of who we are as a church before God. And we're very concerned with the rising rate of COVID-19 here in Cole County. It is concerning, the infections, the hospitalizations that are happening throughout our city. There's a dear pastor friend of mine who serves here in this city that is currently in the ICU. Is not doing well. And over the last month, there has been a significant spike, especially after Halloween, here in Cole County. And so it really mirrors the infection rate that's been growing in our country as a whole, if you have been following it overall. And though churches are exempt, and listen, the new order that came out through Cole County, we are exempt. Listen, we can get together. There are churches that are choosing to get together, and according to the government's orders, we don't have to do any of these things. As elders, we feel that it would be wise, after we thoroughly reviewed everything that was put out, to care for our church in the best way we possibly can, and also to care for our neighbors and our community. And so here's what we want to do. We believe that we're going to adapt our on-campus policy effective immediately. So this is this Sunday coming up, and really until further notice. This is the way it's going to be. So let me tell you what's going on. Number one, it's no different than when we ended it last time. We are requiring masks. We're requiring masks to be properly worn. So guys, this whole below the nose thing, let's not do that. Let's put the mask over our face. I know it's hard covering your nose and mouth at all times while on campus. That includes while you're seated, and that includes when you're going to the restroom, anything like that, when you're moving around. I know previously it was when you get your seat, you can take it off. We're going to keep it on the whole time. And now listen, over the last few weeks, we've had college students testing this, and while they've been here, and they're leaving this week, but we've had them testing, and they've done a great job with being able to come in, have their mask on the whole time, and be able to process what that looks like. So we will be wearing face masks the whole time once you are on campus. The only exemptions are this: if you can provide us with a doctor if you can provide us with a medical exemption from a doctor. If you're a child under the age of 6, so our little ones, it's almost impossible for them to be able to do it. I know my 4-year-old's done a pretty good job with his. But even him, it gets hard after a while, and I understand that. And then also for our praise team singers, when they're singing, we have them socially distanced on stage and away from you, so they will be able to take their mask off. And then when I'm preaching, or Brother Ricky or Brother Kevin are preaching, they'll have their mask off again because they're on stage. They'll be socially distanced from you at that time. And so those are the parameters that we're going to do it. We will have an upstairs and a downstairs venue now. We'll be simulcasting downstairs. So for the larger families with kids, if you want to spread out a little bit, downstairs will be the place you can be. But that we need as we sign up, and we're going to be signing up in a link that's in the description. As you sign up for services, you need to sign upstairs or downstairs, and we're going to abide by that. And so when you come in, we're going to be navigating you downstairs and navigating you upstairs. And there are limited spaces in both places. So we want to make sure that you sign up. If you don't sign up, I can't guarantee a seat. We're trying to be as prudent as we possibly can. Just so you know, when the students were in there, we maxed out at 15 people upstairs, and that was single adults. You know, our church family is very diverse. We have large families, we have single adults, we have single moms with kids, we have single dads with kids, we have all kinds of different people. And so we want to be cognizant of that as people are signing up for service. Downstairs provides a little bit of a different space. You're watching it on the screen. You probably saw that in our group me message. But it does provide the ability for you to still worship in the house. Once you are downstairs, you'll take the stairs downstairs. The only place that we should cross-pollinate, if you may, upstairs is downstairs is the restrooms. And besides that, we're going to ask you to stay in your areas. And then at the end of the service, for those downstairs, you'll be exiting out the back door and up those stairs. If you're upstairs, you'll be exiting out the main entrance. Why is that? Again, we're trying to keep the cross-contamination to a minimum. Again, we're asking you to keep mask on, you're washing your hands, sanitizer. If you're sick, you go home. You stay home, not go home. You stay home. We're asking that we just be wise about our interactions with each other. And wise about how we do and what we do as we get better. Now listen, these changes are enacted for the sole purpose that we can continue our efforts and our programming and in gathering. And so as we look to add Soma kids back in, as we look to the Christmas season, as we look at people traveling and knowing that some of us in our congregation are going to be traveling for Thanksgiving, for Christmas, and I understand that. We want to honor that, but we also want to be wise about our interactions. Listen, I don't know what underlying conditions you have, what underlying conditions I may have. I don't know what those are. What I do know is that if something happens, I would feel horrible if I didn't do everything in my power to protect my brother, my sister, even my neighbor, because I chose to not do something myself. And so I would ask, and I would humbly ask that you do the same, and that you respect these guidelines. Now listen, if you say, you know something, Pastor John, I don't like face masks, they're killing me, woo after woo, or you want to say, I just don't feel comfortable, I understand. I respect that. Here's what I'm asking you to do. Stay home, connect with us on Facebook, on YouTube. We're still going to be broadcasting every single week. As a matter of fact, over the last few weeks as we've been testing this, we still have been broadcasting to you. So you're going to get the broadcast this week from Brother Ricky, who did an amazing job. I can't wait for you to hear that sermon. And you can do that every single week. And I hope you tune in. If you're feeling sick, stay home. Get that worship experience there. As a matter of fact, even for Christmas Eve, Christmas Eve we get in the house every year. We're going to be having a virtual service for Christmas Eve on our YouTube channel. And I hope that you join into it. But we have options, and we will provide that to you. And I think God has provided sovereignly all of these different things. So listen, above all else, I just ask that you join of us. And each of us will need to do our part to reserve the vital and essential gathering of the church. I think it's vital that we gather as a church. I think it's essential that we do that. But each of us need to do our part to protect the health and the well-being of those who attend our worship service. We've had people, guests online, that have said they want to come and meet us online. And so we would love to do that, but we must protect them and protect each other. And so, as I stated before, listen, as we do our reopening, there are really two kind of folks that are out there. The two kind of folks are one that would do well to stay home. And some of you guys just need to stay home, and that's okay. You need to stay home and do it, and nobody's going to say anything about it. You jump online, you jump on Facebook, YouTube, connect with us right there. Those that I don't need help being the mask police. We, the elders, will take care of that. But above all else, there's some of us that really need to connect with other humans. And I hear you. I'm there. I need to connect with you guys. I want to see your faces. And it's going to be critical for us to do it. I know it's going to be hard because we're going to be sitting with family units and we're not going to interact as much as we usually do. And we are a hug church. But I think it's worth at least being near each other, being to pray for each other, being able to talk with each other, and being wise about the interaction. So here's what I'm asking you to do. Go to the description down below. Click that link. Go find what we're doing as far as sign-ups. Sign your family up. Sign your family up. And Sunday, I can't wait to see you in the house. I'll be at the front door giving fist bumps out and squirting hand sanitizer on everybody. I hope and pray that I get to see you on Sunday. If not, I will see you online. I am excited for what God is doing. And let's get back to praising God together. Remember, upstairs, downstairs, you sign up, you come. If not, stay at home, do the virtual option. I look forward to seeing you. May God richly bless you.